Hi, and welcome to Deer IQ, where smart hunting begins. I'm Adam Lewis, 20-plus year educator, 30-plus year deer hunter, untastefully seasoned outdoor writer, and I'm here to help you achieve what we all hope for, to be truly greater deer hunters. We are in our foundational series, part 2 of an essential look at top barriers hunters face to becoming a greater hunter and having more success on whitetail deer. Today we're continuing by looking at a tool that I believe is massive to helping make someone a greater hunter, and most have never even thought about it. What is it and how can it help you? Tag along and find out. As we start, I want to challenge you to do a couple things. First, download our free journal to use with this podcast. That's really going to help. Second, as you use that, here are the top look-fors or things to look for during this episode. What are the 4 stages outlined in this tool and how are they different? Be thinking and make a note about where you honestly feel you fall on this helpful chart. Curiosity peaked yet? Okay, and I have a challenge at the end that I believe will really help put this all together for you, so make sure to stay and listen for that. And now let's get to the podcast and up your deer IQ. Most people want to be great at something they care about or put a large amount of time into. Deer hunting is really no different. In part 1 of this series, we looked at 4 factors keeping people from becoming a greater deer hunter, and if you haven't watched that, I encourage you to do so to get caught up. Now in part 2 of this series, we're going to continue this foundation by looking at something I think you will find very beneficial, but most don't take the time to even think about. In order to get where we want to go, we need to know where we are. How deer smart are we really? How much experience do we really have? What areas can we improve on the most? These are very helpful to find out, and one simple chart I call the Deer Hunter Growth Continuum will help us do just that. Let me explain. First, we defined great specific to deer hunter as having a consistently high success rate on mature deer that's better than most and better than we used to be. I also stress that most of us will probably never get to the top ranks as far as whitetail hunting goes, but not because it's impossible. The reason is because we have a hard ceiling we keep smacking our heads against, and it's keeping us from rising to a higher level. The first 4 planks in the ceiling, or limiting factors that keep us from being a greater deer hunter, are ego, physical shape, lack of plans, and lack of systems. The Deer Hunter Growth Continuum falls smack dab in the middle and combats that first plank, or limiting factor, ego. It starkly reveals what we know or don't know when it comes to deer hunting and where we're at, so we can clearly see where we need to go and the steps to get there. Let's face it, we can all learn and get better, so let's take a look at what I mean. First, this graph or continuum is progressive and does not represent age, even though they're named by age or stage of life. The stages are based mostly on experience and are only somewhat relative to years hunting. For example, you could have hunted your whole life and still be low on this continuum, or hunted just a few years and possibly be in the middle. It reflects experience and wisdom as a hunter. I invite you to honestly take a look and reflect on just where you may fall on it. It also may be different for different areas of hunting. For example, public land hunting versus private, or spot and stalk hunting versus tree stand hunting may all be different for you, and you may be at a different expertise level or stage for each. So I challenge you as we go through this to take a couple areas of hunting and honestly place where you feel you are on the chart. On the far left is the kid stage. In this stage, a hunter has minimal knowledge, doesn't know what they don't know, can only learn, has little to no experiential knowledge, and what they do know is what was told to them or found out on YouTube or a podcast perhaps. If I had to put a number to this, they may be a hunter from 1 to 5 years experience, but this may vary quite a bit. If you're new to hunting, you're probably here, and that's just fine. It would probably be the 1 IQ beginner level on our content ranking system, so that should help you choose what to look for in our blogs, videos, and podcasts, even though you can definitely learn from them all. The good news about this stage is all you can do is get better. If you're new to hunting, you're probably here, and that's just fine. When I was first starting to hunt, I was definitely in this stage, especially in my scent control and camo games. I would routinely go hunting with my old Spice deodorant on and my old green hoodie and blue jeans and think nothing of it. I just didn't know any better, and yes, I would get snorted and picked off in the tree all the time. But as I learned, I progressed out of this stage and now I'm much further along, thank goodness, and a better hunter. It's a natural process of maturity and growth as a hunter, so if you're here, no sweat. You can learn a ton, and that's great. Next is the teen stage. Here a hunter knows some, but the temptation in this stage is to think they know more than they do and may have an inflated self-assessment of their knowledge and abilities. A teen might be stuck in a mindset that isn't very open to learning, and their knowledge is mostly theoretical, not experiential. This stage is maybe a hunter of 6 to 10 years. This is a tough stage and one you want to move through quickly, and the key to do this is admitting you don't know as much as you wish and being open to learn from those at a higher stage than you. This would probably match our 5 IQ content level, though again, anyone can learn from any level of our content. I'm sure we all know some hunters who talk a good game or overcompensate and really don't know as much as they claim. That would be in this stage. So don't be that guy. If you're here, it's another great opportunity to get better and learn. On arrow builds, I'm probably a teen, and I have a lot I'd like to learn beyond just the basics. I don't pretend to know everything though, which is the right attitude to take, so I'm looking to up my IQ and experience in this area. Hi, this is Adam Lewis with DeerIQ.com, and this is your High IQ Moment. Did you know the number one question great deer hunters ask? Well, that question is why. This simple question is really revealing. For example, why did the deer do this and not that last time I hunted? Why should I do this or that when I go hunting? Meaning use this or that tactic, hunt here or there in a particular situation. Having a solid answer for the why of hunting really tells you what to do and how to best do it to maximize your success. So focus on the whys of hunting and you'll start to have more high quality encounters because you're putting logic and reason to work for you. There's always a reason, and if you can find out the why, then you're on your way to becoming a greater deer hunter and really raising your deer IQ. And we have a free hunting journal for you that you can download and use with our podcasts and videos at DeerIQ.com to help find out your whys. The journal and an article to dig into that even more are linked below in the notes. And also, do you know your deer IQ? Are you really deer smart? Take our Deer IQ test link below. It's fun. Trust me, you'll want to share it with a buddy, see how you guys do compared to each other. And now let's get back to the podcast. The third stage I call the adult stage and is acquired from years of experience. I'd say 20 plus years. A hunter here knows a lot and also has a key trait of maturity. They also know what they don't know. They have a humble self-assessment, are open to learn, and have probably started mentoring others below them on the growth continuum. Their knowledge is at least equally theoretical and experiential, probably tipping over to the more experiential side. They've seen a lot of success and failure and been humbled by hunting quite a bit. This is a great stage to be in and where most hunters start seeing more consistent success with less frustration or work. This would be a 5 to 10 on our IQ ranking system for our content. For me, I've been hunting over 30 years and specifically been public land hunting extensively for about 12 years with good success. I've also been writing and teaching on deer hunting for the past 10 years quite a bit. It took a while, but I can honestly say by education and experience, I feel confident I'm at this level in this area. I do, however, know there's more to learn and am eager to do so. I'd like to be the guy everyone goes to get advice because I've been there and done that for pretty much everything. I'm starting to get this, which is another indicator, but there is another level yet. And that's the final stage. The last stage is what I call the sage stage. This is the culmination of probably 40 plus years in the field. Sages know more than most, there's very little they don't know, are a humble mentor to most they meet, are still open to learn although there's little they haven't heard before, and their knowledge comes from experience, almost 100% of it. Many hunters never get here. It's the top. And if you find one of these, you should probably really seek them out to learn from them and listen to what they have to say. This stage should be our goal as hunters, stewards, and overall sportsmen. So there it is, the Deer Hunter Growth Continuum, and here are your high IQ takeaways and challenges. Take a couple areas of hunting if you haven't already, and do what we call a self-assessment. Honestly place yourself where you feel you are on the chart. Example areas of hunting would be food plotting, public land hunting, spotting and stalking, and saddle hunting, just to name a few. And remember, I'm just a teen in arrow building, so that's one I need to look at and look for ways to improve. See if there's a relationship with the barriers we discussed in episode 1 of this series. There may be, and this will hopefully help all this make sense. Once you've done this, think about someone you feel is above you in that area on the chart and how you might ask them questions and learn from them and what they're doing. A good place for this may be the Deer IQ private Facebook forum. You can check it out. It's linked in the notes and also on our website. And I'll see you on the next podcast where we reveal the last 2 barriers holding most hunters back and also some solutions. You won't want to miss it. I'll see you then.